My name is Cynthia Gutierrez, and out of this assignment, I think I'm going to be going with music. Now, I first want to say that this is kind of a hard topic for me because I love music. It has influenced me greatly throughout my life since I was a little girl until this day. Um, and I really don't have a favorite genre. Decade and language is not a barrier for me. I enjoy all types of music from all around the world, and it does not matter when it came out. But I definitely have a hot spot, I must admit, towards the 90s music. And I think I'd be hard pressed to find somebody who doesn't have an artist or a song that they absolutely love from the 90s. It's definitely a nostalgic era. But aside from that, I do want to say that 90s music is definitely a blip in the history of music timeline. Why? In my opinion, it's one of the most diverse decades of music, no matter what genre. I think the lyrics, not that I'm trying to take away from today's music, but the lyrics definitely had a more personal um, interaction with the artist performing it. If and definitely most likely the instruments as well. You saw the instruments played a lot more. It felt just a little bit more authentic. Again, not trying to take away any from the music today. There's plenty of great artists, but I think many artists who today we see as icons or were influenced by these artists began in the 90s. And I also want to state that the 90s, the reason why it's a blip in the music timeline is because the 90s artists, musicians definitely looked at all the music that was done before them, took it as inspiration, and refined it. And not only that, but they took inspiration from society, what we wanted to see, the change we wanted to be, rather rebellious also decade, um, and what we hope to see in the future. Um, I mean, it influenced just greatly across the board into crossed over into television and it crossed over into movies. I think it would be very difficult not to notice when you watch teenage rom-coms and have that grungy punk rock banger that we would all bob our heads to. So yeah, the 90s, aside from nostalgia, I think it's a very diverse time in music. You had great artists. You had artists like Tupac, Notorious, Blink 182, Nirvana, um, Guns N' Roses. You had Green Day. You had Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Spice Girls, Smashing Pumpkins, Beastie Boys. I mean, it's just across the board. You couldn't find an artist you didn't like in every genre, in my opinion. So yeah, 90s music for me has got to be one of the ultimate decades of music where it was done unapologetic and just very in your face. I mean, just band Blink 182 couldn't be more raw and very creative in their lyrics and instruments. So, yeah, 90s music for me was just one of the best decades. I know I've said that quite a bit, but to me, it's just true. I dare anybody to find somebody that they don't like in the 90s, an artist that they didn't like in the 90s. And that's it for me. Thank you for watching throughout the whole thing. And yeah, bye.